guys from?
Egypt.
Okay, so where are you from originally?
India.
I'm from New York originally.
I'm from DC.
I'm from Baltimore.
From Saudi Arabia.
Originally from Connecticut.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
I'm from Argentina.
Maryland.
I'm from Moscow, Russia.
I'm from Long Island.
I'm from, Maryland.
Do you know anything about the term Arab Spring?
Arab Spring.
Arab Spring.
Arab Spring.
I know of all the revolutions that are going on for the past couple of years.
People fighting for their freedom.
It means the dawn of a new era in the Arab world. It started in Tunisia, carried over in Egypt, then Libya, Syria, Yemen, Bahrain. And it started in 2011 and it's still going on.
Yes, I have heard about it and political events that arose in Egypt and the Middle East, and that was a phenomenon of a political uprising.
I believe it's just like the term for like the uprisings that are happening in a lot of the Arab countries right now.
It was kind of a movement, especially I believe it was in Egypt, but it would use a lot of social media to kind of bring the people of Egypt together to like go against their government because they had like a horrible dictator basically in charge.
It's the term that applies to the series of revolutions that happened in the Middle East a few years ago.
What do you know about the term Arab Spring?
What, if anything, do you know about the term Arab Spring?
No.
Like the season?
No.
I did hear about, no, that's just, I believe that's conflict over oil, right?
What do you know about the term Arab Spring? Have you heard anything about
I've never heard that.
it? Is that something we're involved in?
No,
Like
it's,
the U.S., I mean?
oh yeah, I believe so.
Arab Spring? Is that something to do with
I am so
like the
not.
lifeline?
I just told them like I'm so not into this.
I feel like I'm an educated person. I have no idea.
I listened to NPR last night. I don't listen to NPR. I don't like it.
Semi-recently, there was an attack on an American in Benghazi. Do you know where, what country Benghazi is in? No, that's fine.
No, I do not.
There's an attack on an American in Benghazi a little while ago. Do you know what country Benghazi's in?
I do not know.
Recently, there was an attack on an American embassy in Benghazi. Do you know what country this place is in? Okay. Okay.
What country is Benghazi?
Country Benghazi. Okay, go with it. I like it. Syria?
You know what country Benghazi's in?
Libya, right?
Do you know what country it's in?
Libya.
Libya. And do you know what happened there?
Yeah, I do. I know about the ambassador Stevens that got killed in the raid on September 11th. As far as Benghazi goes, I think for the most part, I mean, there could have been steps taken to prevent it, but I think the entire situation has been entirely blown out of proportion.
¿De dónde eran ustedes? ¿De dónde son ustedes?
Perú.
Perú, ok. ¿Cómo se llaman?
Teresa.
Teresa
Betty.
y Betty. Y la invasión de Irak.
La invasión de Irak.
Sí, 2003.
Bueno, hasta ahora está en guerra, ¿no?
Sí.
Hasta ahora están en guerra.
¿Qué saben de eso?
Pero ya es menos, ya es menos. Ya antes era terrible, un matanza, muerte. E inclusive los militares morían, los médicos morían sin destrucción.
Sí. ¿Y qué saben de Saddam Hussein? Saddam Hussein, el hombre...
Bueno, pues era un hombre terrorista, pues.
Sí.
Eso es todo. Tú sabes ya qué hace un terrorista.
Y las noticias, ¿a dónde recibieron sus noticias?
En
Era-
Fox.
Sí.
En Fox.
Where are you originally from? Do you have any idea where Chechnya is?
Chechnya?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Do you know where Iraq is located?
That one?
Do you happen to know where Chechnya is?
No.
No?
Never heard of that.
¿A dónde Irak?
¿Dónde está Irak?
Sí.
¿Dónde estará? No sé.
Está por acá. Es por acá.
¿A dónde Chechnya?
Por acá, por acá.
Iraq?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
Can you guys show us where Iraq is?
I'm gonna say that Iraq. That's too big.
Do you guys know where Chechnya is?
In Russia. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Somewhere in Russia.
Okay, actually, okay. Sorry, I was thinking
Probably
of Middle
that
Eastern
area.
countries.
Just somewhere not there.
Well, that's
Okay.
too cold. I'm gonna say like over here.
Do you know where Chechnya is?
There.
Do you know anything about Chechnya other than what's happened with the Boston bombing?
No.
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
No, I've never.
No. I heard it like in nearby Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like all the like whatever the problem arise in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is from the Chechnya and everything,
Yep.
but where is located from the map?
Okay. Are you guys familiar with Chechnya outside of the context of the Boston bombing?
Not.
What religion were the Boston bombers?
See, like, I get confused between, like, Islam and Muslim because I read articles where it said Islamic. So I'm thinking Islamic.
What were the pretenses or the reason that the U.S. invaded Israel?
Pretenses. Weapons of mass destruction.
Did we find any?
No.
What was the reason for the U.S. for the invading?
Alleged WMDs?
Did we find any?
No.
Supposedly weapons of mass destruction.
Do you know what was the main reason that we entered?
Weapons of mass destruction.
Did we find any? Okay.
They are looking for weapons like nuclear.
Did they find any?
Do you remember what the basis, like the justification for America entering Iraq?
Didn't they say that they thought they had like nuclear weapons, which wasn't true, but that was what they said.
Do you remember what the justification was for the U.S. entering? Did we find any?
We went there to find weapons of mass destructions, of which they said there'd be at least 912, and we found absolutely nothing. We did not find one, chemical, biological, or nuclear. We did not find one, I'm sorry. Colossal waste of money, lives, resources, time, and energy on a war that didn't have to happen to find things that didn't exist. Gotta love America.
What was the main reason for us entering Iraq?
Saddam Hussein and the Ba'ath Party doing all this oppressive stuff. Like committing insanity towards the Kurdish people, towards Iraqi civilians.
As far as my knowledge, the war on terror.
Oil, that kind of stuff.
I want to say
I remember September 11th was I was in second grade, so.
And was that the reason we invaded, or do you know any other reasons why we went into Iraq?
I have no clue.
Where do you normally get your news from? Read or watch?
CNN and NBC.
I try to keep a balance between like CNN, Yahoo News, Huffington Post, sometimes Fox. Just play the field a little bit.
We turn on CNN. Yeah. Okay. Or just anything I find. Google News. There's Moscow Times. There's RT, which is local, so that's in English. There's also RTVI. It's like more New York, but it is in Russian.
Yeah,
CNN.
mostly, yeah.
Twitter?
Yeah.
CNN.
CNN?
Yeah.
Okay. Any Indian news networks? Okay.
Yeah, we have ZTV and all other Indian channels.
Okay.
But we have part like couple of hours we watch CNN, then in the night I watch my Indian show.
I kind of fluctuate between CNN and New York Times. I kind of like leaning more towards the Times just because CNN can be very, very headliney and more about like getting people like reading it than actually like. But I try to do both, and then like also I follow like a couple progressive pages on Facebook that report on that type of thing also.
I watch MSNBC a lot. That's probably the only thing that's on my TV. Read the New York Times, read Politico. I love Joe Scarborough, even though he's a Republican. He's the only sensible one I've ever found in my life. So
I follow the Huffington Post on Twitter, so I just get their tweets.
Yeah, I read some Turkish news, mostly CNN Turk
Okay.
or the American news. I just go to like New York Times.
Just like online.
Latin American websites.
Okay.
So, like, online, La Nación, Latin, newspapers from my, and also CNN. I try to, yeah.
I generally read the paper.
Usually I'm on the radio.
Express Washington.
Okay.
Since I came here, like the sources would be CNN and most of the time Facebook.
Not the most reputable source, but I use Reddit.
Do you read any newspapers or go to any like main like ABC, Fox, something like that?
Where do you guys normally get your news?
NPR.